guys, and welcome. I'm so happy to see you. And while I was browsing to see who is here, I saw that we have a lot of people from outside Cluj joining us. So really happy to see all of you. Who wants to raise a hand and say hi from outside Cluj? Of course, I saw some faces, known faces. Yeah, if I don't know if you found the button of seeing the gallery, but there is a button with a lot of squares in the right side of the screen, right? That side, no? Kata, that side. That's right. For me, that's one.
You're
That one.
flipped
I'm
here,
sorry.
yeah.
Ah, it's flipped. Okay, so in the right, this is crazy. In the right side of the screen, you have it looks like a square made out of smaller squares, and you can have a gallery and see everyone who's present in the meeting. So I'm seeing a lot of known and familiar faces. I just want to say hi, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. Um, Do we have any guests which are non-Toastmasters? Sergio, I saw you raising your hand. It's not 1st of April yet. You have to wait for one more week to make jokes. 1st of April jokes, yeah.
One day.
Yeah. So I think today is another day when I'm really grateful for having technology at hand and being able to hold these meetings and don't lose practice of meeting each other and doing the work that we want to do in Toastmasters. The purpose of meeting in Toastmasters is to create a safe environment in which everyone can be themselves and express themselves in order to both grow professionally and personally. And now, even more so, from the comfort of our own homes and with the background of our own homes, I think we're more ourselves than ever before. So really happy to have you here. We're going to ask for your feedbacks at the end of the meeting. I just want to let you know that even though we are not in a physical room, in this virtual room, we are still recording ourselves and taking pictures, and our PR department will upload them on the internet. So if you don't want to appear with us online, just let us know, or just turn off your cameras and in order not to appear online if you don't want to. This being said, I'm gonna hand the microphone to our Toastmasters, Horatiu, to tell us what he prepared for today. Horatiu?
Catching the mic. Thank you, Ioana. Hello, everyone. As the host of the evening, my mission is to coordinate the meeting and to make appropriate transitions, just in order for us to get to know each other a little better. I announced to you that every meeting has 3 sections. The first one is about the prepared speeches section, where 2 members have prepared their speeches in advance according to some traditional advanced manuals or the new Pathways program. In the second part of the evening, we have the table topic section where each and every one of you is invited to talk for 2 minutes on a subject based on the theme of the evening. And now, the third part of the evening is the evaluation section, where we grow through evaluation and see the meeting with different pair of goggles. Now, as a host of the evening, I get to choose the theme of the evening. And tonight, you've probably seen that art is the answer. This is the theme. I asked the participants these 2 questions of the evening. 1, what type of art do you practice regularly? And 2, what benefit do you gain from practicing it? And now we are ready to welcome a special guest from Slovakia, Lenka Tarabkova, which serves as the general evaluator of the evening. But first, Lenka's answers are as follows. For the type of art, she practices public speaking. The benefit is that it allows her to be with people, to share her thoughts and emotions, and to get to know herself a little better. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lenka Tarabkova.
Thank you, Horatio, for an interesting introduction of me and for this opportunity to be a general evaluator of today. And as a general evaluator, I'm going to do it in your style. And before we start, I would like to share also the answers. Can you hear me very well? Okay, perfect. Share the answer of today's Toastmaster of the evening, Horatio, that occasionally or regularly he liked painting and occasionally he played fingerstyle guitar. Well, I would like to know what it is. What he's gaining from this is the relax, and it also helps him to express himself and ease his soul. And I asked these questions and I got interesting answers for also the people who are going to be, we call it quantitative roles, like timekeeper and arcantor and grammarian. So I would like to introduce my team for today. And I would like to start with grammarian, Adelina Platon. She likes to think, and it's because it's a good way to reduce the stress and also the best way how to torture the neighbors. So if you are a neighbor to Adelina, you might share this with me if this is true or not. So Adelina, would you like please to share your idea or your role for today with us? You need to switch on the voice.
You're muted, Adelina, you're muted.
Okay, sorry for that. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. My mission here tonight as a grammarian is to support the team in order to develop their vocabulary and when it's necessary to correct their phrasing. Also, my role is to help you improve your vocabulary, and for that I chose the word of the evening, which is creative. It's an adjective, and as a synonym, it refers to something artistic, imaginative. And I will come with an example of using it. We can come up with creative, here at Toastmasters, we can come up with creative ideas. I encourage you to use the word of the evening, and I also will pay attention to your grammar, and if you make any mistakes, I will notice you at the end with my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Adelina. And I think that you are really creative, and it's true that you like to torture the neighbors. The second member of my team is Arcanto, Marian Pinzariu. I hope I didn't misspell the name. And he wrote me that he liked to create art through music, singing, and using the guitar. And the benefit of playing on guitar is that it gives him a relax, and it also gives him a new spotlight of creativity. So, Marianne, please share what are you going to do during this evening with us?
Hello everyone, so my role today is to be egg counter or creative egg counter. and especially to pay attention on specific interjection that it is not appropriate sometimes in our speeches, like when we start to think, and also to pay attention on inappropriate pauses when we start to think what to say next, and repetitive word when we start to use more use for example, we use ands. We start to use very repetitive. On the end of the section, I will create my report for every section, for pauses, for repetitive word and interjection. Thank you, and have a creative meeting.
Thank you, Marianne. And one more question for you. Are you going to use any sound visuals or sounds to show us or to let us know when we are using these repetitive words or fill words?
No, I just notate it.
Okay, thank you for that. And the third member of my team for these quantitative roles is timekeeper, Ioana Rusu. And the answers for these questions you might know. She regularly practices the art of color in chakra system. And why? Well, because it activates energy in every point of chakras in the body, and it also energizes up her day or her during the day. So, Ioana, would you like to share with us what's your role for today?
Thank you. You can hear me? Okay. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. J.R.R. Tolkien. Today I take the role because in the meeting of Toastmasters, we need to manage time. And for this, I have 3 colored cards. And for speaker with prepared, they have 3 minutes for speech, and I show the red card at 2 minutes. I show the yellow cards at 1 minute, and I show the red cards when time is over. For the table topics speakers, a counter and timer. I will show you the red cards at 1 minute. I will show you the yellow card at 1 minute and 30, and I will show you the red card at 2 minutes. For speech evaluator, they have 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show you the green card. At 2 minutes and 30, I will show you the yellow card. And when time is over, I will show you the red card. For general evaluator and grammarian, I will show you the green card when is 3 minutes. I will show you the yellow card when is 4 minutes, and I will show you the red card when time is over at 5 minutes. Thank you very much, and I will come back with my report.
Thank you, Ioana, very much for a detailed introduction. And now I'm passing the word back to the Toastmaster of the evening, Horacio.
Hello again. Regarding the theme of the evening, I have done a little bit of research and I found out that we have 7 classical arts. These are painting, sculpture, literature, music and dancing, architecture, and the latest cinematography, or cinema. We already know that art is the answer. As human beings, we like being creative. It's our need to express ourselves in any way imaginable. Painting is one of the most accessible forms of art. We have discovered paintings from about 20,000 years ago in northern Australia in the Paleolithical era in caves, so cave paintings. From then till now, modern painting was always a fascination, and you can obtain a clear two-dimensional picture. Well, if you want to have more dimensions to your art, enter sculpture. Well, that was very fashionable in ancient Greece because, you know, the Greeks had their statues of the gods. And regarding literature, it was made in order to describe events, stories, and feelings. Well, in that era, you didn't have so many people to talk to and you didn't have quite a reach. But if you shared your opinions on paper, where you could share your mind and your personality with your readers in eternity. Now, why I've chose these 3 to begin with? Because these 3 are linked to the first section of the evening. Let us imagine the speaker as an artist. Firstly, the base of any speech are the words, and in order to improve his or her number of words, one must read daily. Secondly, just like any sculptor, a speaker works with the raw material in order to give the speech the opening, the body, and the conclusion, just like a sculptor. Thirdly, when all these 3 are in place, the speaker must paint it in his own colors and infuse the speech with emotion, vivid description, and adding therefore detail to the speech. We will see now 2 speeches. The first speaker is getting ready, and her name is Nausica Petrescu. Nausica is an artist. She regularly practices the subtle art of not giving a fuck. It helps her enjoy the good things in life and not worry so much for the others. The title of her speech is Corona, Welcome to My Life. She's on the path Motivational Strategies at level 1, Project Evaluation and Feedback. Her speech will last 7 minutes, and her objective is to deliver a speech on any topic and to receive feedback. Her speech evaluator is Emilia Bradea, that comes all the way from Oradea. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Nausica Petrescu. Thank you, Nausica, as well. And now is the time to show her some love through feedback. You will see on the Zoom group chat an URL sli.do with the password TMCJ. Please enter sli.do in your browser or if you have an app. And please share 1 minute of feedback for Nausica. What did you enjoy and what could be improved? Thank you, Catalin, for the immediate support. I allow the timer to signal 1 minute. We are ready to welcome the next speaker of the evening, Ovidiu Oltean. Ovidiu is an artist. He practices the art of poetry. To the questions of the evening, he answered as follows, and I quote, "I like to record myself interpreting poems, especially funny ones. The benefits are I get to hear my beautiful voice and make people laugh because I post these videos online." The title of his speech is Ready, Set, GoPro, from the manual The Entertaining Speaker. He is at project number 4, a dramatic talk. The speech will last for 7 minutes. His objectives are develop an entertaining dramatic talk about an experience or incident. Second, include vivid imagery, characters, and dialogue. Third, deliver the talk in an entertaining manner. We have here to evaluate the speech, Cristian Chandru. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ovidiu Oltean.
Mike's not picking you up right now.
Mic test.
Now, it's okay?
Yep.
Okay.
We were unpacking in the hotel room when my friend Michelle said, "Ovi, can you please give me the GoPro camera? I want to download the videos we shoot today." "Yeah, sure." And I started looking for it in my backpack. After 30 seconds, I felt a little hole in my stomach. "It must be here," I told myself. I took the rucksack and I emptied it on the bed. After a minute of searching, my mouth was dry. "Michelle, it's not here. I think I lost it." She looked at me, very serious, thinking probably it was a joke, and said only one word. "What?" Imagine going on a 2-month holiday in Asia, recording your craziest experiences with your GoPro camera for more than a month without backing up any of your videos by saving them on a laptop, and then losing your camera. And by the way, it's not your camera, it's your friend's camera. It's a really messy situation. But let's go back a few hours to fully understand how we ended up in this situation. We are in the city of Cebu, located on the island of Cebu in the Philippines. It's the 17th of February, 5 a.m. The sun hasn't yet risen when Michelle, me, and a local friend of ours called Joy drove off to the mountains where we were going to have our first experience of canyoneering adventure. Now, Joy knew this place on the island where people go to the mountains, but instead of hiking them, they go through the mountain canyons, following the streams of the river. After a 4-hour drive, we got to the town of Badian, where we were equipped with helmets, life vests, and where we met our guide. He took us right into the heart of the Mantalongon Mountains. And for the next 4 hours, we swam, we jumped off cliffs that were like 10 and 13 meters high into the cold water of the river, and we recorded every scream that we made. After the fun was over, we went back to the hotel and I had to answer Michelle's question. What? Now, you have to understand that Michelle is an amazingly calm person. She's like a long-haired female Buddha, but the gravity of her voice, the look on her face made that one word more powerful than 30 minutes of yelling. Let me think. I remember I put the camera in the front pocket of the life vest, and it didn't fall off because after our last jump, you checked the battery. So I just think that I forgot to take it out when we returned the life vest. Okay, no problem, said Michelle. We just have to contact the company and tell them what happened and see how we can retrieve the camera. Now, I have to say that I admire the way she handled the situation. I think that being a psychotherapist really helps in such moments. Great idea. But how do we contact them? Do you know the name of the company? Oh, no. But you can call Joy and ask her. She took us there. Oh, yeah, right. And so I did. Hey, Joy. Hi. Can you please give me the phone number of the canyoneering company? I think we left our GoPro camera at their place. Sorry, I don't have it. What do you mean you don't have it? Didn't you make a reservation? Oh, no. I went there 2 years ago. I knew where the place was, so we just went directly to them. Well, okay. Can you tell me at least the name of the company? I'll look up on Google the phone number. Sorry, I don't know. I just know how to get there. Now, this conversation was on the speaker, and I could see Michelle. She was biting her lips and tightening her fists, listening to Joy. You could look on Google Maps. It's near the town of Badian. Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks for nothing. I hang up, I turned on Google Maps, and I looked up Badian, the town of Badian, and started slowly moving the map, looking for a canyoneering company. And guess what? I found not one, but two, but neither of them was our company. Now, after about like 5 minutes of searching, I did get a little desperate. And then, out of the blue, lightning struck. Michelle, I have this idea. Maybe it's a long shot, but it might work. Let's try searching with Street View. Okay, but what are we looking for? Well, I remember that in front of the house, there was a big billboard painted in white and green with some mountains on it. Let's look for that. So we took our Sherlock Holmes glasses and we started looking for a billboard on Google Maps. Now, after some time of searching, which really seemed like forever, there it was, the billboard and the house. I rotated the image, I turned it around to find a website or a phone number on the billboard. I zoomed in and I found a number. I called them, but the number was out of order. I think the photo was too old. Now what? Well, on the top of the billboard, there was the name of the agency. I looked it up on Google and I found their Facebook page, Lucero Canyoneering Adventure. I wrote them a message and I explained the situation. After a couple of minutes, I got a reply. Thank you for contacting us. Can you please tell me the name of your guide? Michelle, what was the name of our guide today? I don't know. I know he had a white t-shirt and he had a blue motorcycle. You should call Joy. Yeah, okay. Call Joy. Joy, listen, can you please tell me the name of our guide from today? We managed to find the company. I think it's John, but I'm not sure. Okay, thanks. Well, we think our guide's name is John. I wrote to the company. He wore a white t-shirt and he has a blue motorcycle. Oh, you mean Elton John? What? Elton John. He is my son. Probably. Can you please check with him? Now, as he was talking with his son and we were waiting, you could taste the anxiety in the hotel room. We were moving constantly throughout the room, checking Facebook every 2 minutes, looking for something that could distract our attention. After 20 minutes, ding, message. It's your camera. And he sent us a photo. Yes, God bless you. Can you please tell me how we can get it? Because we are in Cebu and it's a 4-hour drive from your place. Well, no, my son can bring it to you tomorrow. Thank you very much, sir. It's all well when it ends well. And in the end, I have to say there are a number of things that I'm grateful for. First, I'm grateful that Google has the Street View option. Second, I'm grateful that Michelle has such a powerful control on her emotions. Third, I'm grateful that the people in the Philippines are so honest and so willing to help you. And fourth, and not least, I'm really grateful that I didn't give up. I didn't give up looking and searching to find a solution. I think we all have this little detective, this little Poirot somewhere inside ourselves, and we just have to use it. Are you ready to use your detective? Ready, set, go. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ovidiu. Now, let's show some love to Ovidiu through feedback on the link that Katalin will send right about now. We have 1 minute. Feel free to let Ovidiu know what you liked and what could be improved. And now please try to get to the end of your feedback. We will move on towards the second part of the evening. But first, we have 2 more arts to cover. Referring to music and dancing, they say that we have had them even before learning to speak, evolutionarily speaking. Music was used early on in the form of lullabies from mothers, and music and dancing was in social events where drums were added and tribal dances were danced. It is said that we like the bass guitar and the tribal music, the drums, because it resembles the mother's heart that we heard 9 months through the womb. The next section is connected to music and dancing, because after you getting your table topics subject, the stage is yours, and you are free to dance to your own wisdom, music, and ideas. But I am not the host of that part. Cristina Onofre is the host, the table topic master. She said regarding the questions of the evening that she practices music and dancing. What are the odds? The benefits for me, she says, that they give me a different pleasant feelings and they put me in a good state. I use them often when I want to change my state. Ladies and gentlemen, Cristina Onofre.
Hello, hello, my dear fellow Toastmasters. Hello, and nice to see you at the section of table topics. And music and dance make you so creative in speaking that I'm ready to challenge you. Well, the rules are, as you may know, if you have forgotten them, I will remind you. The rules of the table topics are that you can exhibit your art of speaking for maximum of 2 minutes. You will see the green color of the timer at 1 minute of speaking. Then at 1 minute and 30 seconds, you will see the yellow color of the timer. And at 2 minutes, you will see the red color, which means you need to very quickly get to the conclusion and end your speech and give the floor, the virtual floor, to another creator, to another artist. So, my dear artists, I invite you to open your creativity, be creative, and participate in a very awesome and powerful table topics. You know, and there's another thought that I really love. There is a saying, beauty is in the eye of the person who looks at the piece of art. So when someone looks at, let's say, Mona Lisa from Louvre, a very famous piece of art, may say, wow, that's amazing. And someone who doesn't know what art is or doesn't know who Mona Lisa was might say, Flora is more beautiful than this one. So what I'm going to do is I will share one picture. It's not a paint, it's a picture. And the speakers will have to answer 3 questions by looking at the picture. And the creativity will reveal different points of view from looking at the same picture, because art connects us with the feelings. Just as I answered the questions, music and dance give me different feeling. So looking at the picture and answering the 3 questions, you will get the different feelings that will make your own piece of art speaking. So who are the artists that will come along with me to present their art of speech? Sergio, okay. And I saw Catalin. Okay.
And I'm fairly sure there will be more.
The thing is that I can't see, I see that there are 23 participants, but I don't see all the faces. I see only the 13 faces on my computer. So if you raise your hand, please say something so that I can see you, or write in the chat. I see Laura. Okay, thank you. The picture, I tell you, it's let me see. Renata, okay. Okay, so we have 4, and let's say at least 1 more, so to have 5. And if we have more time, I have lots of other pictures to show to the next round of table topics, to be creative. Me means Horatio? No, Catalin. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So let's say one more person, the fifth artist on the show. Let's see. The president is challenged. Ioana. Yeah, do you accept the challenge, Ioana?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. You will not regret it. You will see it's wonderful. So, my dear fellow artists, great artists. So, I will share with you the picture that you are going to talk about. So, do you see this picture? Please tell me. Do you see any picture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the three questions for you are, the first question, what do you see in the picture? Any details? Any colors? Any shadows? Any lights? The second question is, what does this picture remind you of? And the third question is, what feelings does this picture bring you up? You have 30 seconds, sorry. You have 30 seconds, not 30 minutes, to think about it. And I have only one word: be creative and feel the picture.
What was the first question again?
What do you see in the picture? Any lights, shadows, details, anything connected to what you see, big and small?
Do we have an order?
Yes, the order is what I wrote on my paper. So it's Sergiu, Cătălin, Laura, Renata, and Ioana.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Sure.
Okay, so I invite the first speaker if he's ready. Sergiu, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so please show us your art, your creative art.
My view in this picture. First, when I've seen this picture, I was able to notice a couple of things. I was able to notice the leaves on the ground, the colorful leaves, the tree, and the bicycle. What got me attention, in particular in this picture, it was the bicycle. The reason why it got me attention is because at least at this point in time, the bicycle is my favorite tool and the one I use the most when I'm outside of my outside of my house. This is what I've noticed. The second question, if I'm not wrong, it was the feelings that it gives me, right? And there was one more, I don't remember it yet, but the feeling that I received from this picture is of freedom. And because this is the feeling that bikes give it to me. The bike gives me the freedom to navigate the city. And here in Cluj, for most of you who live here, you know how busy is the street, not today or the last week on the future 2 or 3 weeks, but how it was before this thing, Corona. And it give me, the bicycle give me the freedom to navigate through city, to go from place to place without being stuck in traffic or without having to wait for a bus. And also it helped me to stay healthy and do sport. And this is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So the second artist is Cătălin. Are you ready, Cătălin?
Same picture?
Same picture, same
Okay.
questions, because art is in the eyes of the person that looks at the picture. So the first question, what do you see? What does it remind you of? And what feelings does it bring out in you?
I must say that this is a very emotionally charged image that I'm looking at right now. A lot of red surrounding a little bicycle. And I must say that my bicycle also has quite a certain amount of red in it, and it strongly reminds me of it, and the recent adventures that I've had with my bike. Mainly, a few weeks ago, right before the virus struck, my bike lock got stuck and broken, and I had to sever it and I had to cut it. Went on a small little trip to a friend of mine, and with power tools, we managed to cut the chain. I still have it with me in my room over here. The bike chain no longer functions very much. The lock is gone, but I have it with me as a little reminder of the adventure that I had. Likewise, it reminds me of freedom as well, but also on the fact that it reminds me of the fact that I have to fix it soon, and I have to get a new lock as soon as this outbreak kicks in. I have work to do with my bike. It is very interesting that even if it's a picture of nature, right? There's a tree, there's a lot of leaves over there. The bike stands out for me, and it attracts me much more than the rest of the surroundings. So freedom and work that I have to do.
Thank you very much. Well, I can see the creativity from looking at one picture. We have two pieces of art. And now let's hear the third piece of art, starting from the same picture. And I invite into the virtual screen, I invite Laura. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Hey.
Thank you.
Well, I was slightly influenced by the previous speakers. So for me, it's obviously the focal point of the picture is the bike, maybe because we are so deprived of movement nowadays. And the idea of just seeing a bike makes me want to go somewhere. And it also brought me back to the idea of going somewhere in nature, and reminded me of my first bike, which was a very ugly Pegas, which I still have somewhere. And it brought some nostalgic things, not less than seeing all the red leaves and the tree grunt that made me think about nature, and the fact that I really want to go somewhere after this quarantine. I assume it will be a long trip ahead of me. That's pretty much what I see. It's a bit of nostalgia for movement, and for going somewhere in the nature, even though I do have a small patch of garden, which I'm very grateful for. But I still miss biking and also driving. I don't care. Any means of transportation now, you name it. It might be a steamboat, a zeppelin, a hot air balloon. I don't care. I just want to go somewhere. I look forward for that. So thank you all. I'll
Thank you very
mute
much.
myself.
Thank you. By the way, I have one more question for you. What title would you give to this picture?
The question is for me or for all of us?
Yes, for you, for you.
For me. Wheels.
One word.
Wheels. Life on wheels.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. The next artist is Renata. Are you ready, Renata? Okay, so there you are. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay. How many of you thought about chips when you saw this picture? Like potato chips. You know, the crunchy ones? I'm just kidding. I wasn't thinking about potato chips. I just thought about how wonderful Mother Nature, a painter, is. She combines the best colors, the most wonderful and surprising shades of pink and yellow and brown. What reminds me of that I don't have a bike and I'm not a very good rider. So perhaps if I would be in a park with such beautiful leaves, I would take my bike and put it next to a tree and I would roll myself into those leaves, hopefully not very dirty under them. What feelings brings me? It brings me the feelings of joy of seeing so many colors, so wonderful combinations that enlightens everyone's mood. I can see in this picture the smell of the leaves. The smell of the leaves when you touch them and you feel connected to the earth and what brings from that within the tree. Now, I would like to have a bike, but I think that's a man's bike. So I imagine I would need a different one. I hope this quarantine won't last that much that when I will go outside and I'll have a bike, I will see autumn leaves. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the next artist that will speak to us about its art, creativity, is Ioana.
Sorry. Luckily, Zoom tells you when your microphone is muted. When I first saw this picture, I said to myself, this is a very unusual color for the leaves. It looks like pink on my screen. And then looking and looking and looking, you know what I saw? I saw a person resting his bike on a tree trunk. And then I said, this is a very ungrateful person because he had a freedom he was not aware of. Riding his bike, being outdoor, and just taking a picture mindlessly, going right or left, and not thinking that one day he will have to stay indoors and it won't be his choice. When Nausicaa asked us who hates staying at home, I didn't raise a hand because I don't hate it, but I would love for it to be my choice and not someone else's choice. What it reminded me of, that I learned extremely late in my 30s to ride a bike. I learned to ride a bike, I think, in 2017, just a year after I learned swimming. So the feeling, well, two feelings actually. One feeling is that I was actually very proud of myself when I learned to ride a bike, especially because most of us know how to ride a bike since they were kids. And the second was that of pain, because I don't know if anyone admits, but riding a bike is really painful after a few kilometers. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear fellow Toastmasters, and thank you for being such good artists and so creative that you shared with us your different points of view from looking at a very simple picture. And now I get the microphone back to Horatio.
Thank you, fellow artist. But now I will leave you 1 minute to vote for your favorite speaker that will receive a prize at the end for your favorite table topic speaker. Please click on the link that Catalin provided us, and you have 40 seconds to do it.
Very difficult task.
The last 10 seconds. And let's come to an end. Wow, this was a very creative night indeed. Well, regarding the third section of the evening, which we'll be seeing soon, I have seen similarities between this section and architecture, another type of art. You know, architecture deals with the stability of buildings and sacred geometry, if you want. Just as the columns, coloanele in Romanian, are carefully designed by the architects and built by the builders in order to support the ancient temples, our feedback is the key element in order to support our members' work and evolution. And now I will invite forth the general evaluator, Lenka Terapkova, to lead this part of the meeting.
Thank you very much. And it's not only about the architecture, but it's about the breakfast. The breakfast for champions, the feedback, the evaluations. And to be stronger, to be more creative, we need to know what to get better at, but also to remember what is excellent and build on that as the architect. So now let's talk about the feedback. And I would like to introduce the speech evaluators and also the answers on art. The first evaluator will be Emilia Bradea, and her answers are as follows. I do not practice regularly anything. I dance, I draw, I think occasionally. It relaxes me and it stops my mind from wandering about or around. So, Emilia, can you please hand over the speech for you right now?
Hi everyone, it's really nice to be here with you, as I said. Now, Sika, I was really looking forward to see why and how you welcome coronavirus into your life. Let me see you. Yes, there you are. Okay. And it was a pleasure to see how you very, very quickly managed to change a challenging situation into something very positive. And I really liked that about your speech, the fact that it was straightforward right from the start. We knew where it's heading, and at the same time, we were waiting to see how you're going to build up the general conclusion that it is actually something that can be looked at as a good thing. I also really like the artistic liberties in language which you took. Some of them which might be annotated by the grammarian, but all of them definitely very useful to give a bit of flavor and to spice up your speech. I'm also thinking about the quotes that you used about introducing the conversation with God, and other metaphors and figures of speeches that you used in your speech. Your voice was very clear, and you had a very clear, not a clear, but well-paced rhythm that we could all easily follow. So we did not get lost on the way. And also, you left us wanting for more. So I would see the speech being longer and wider. And this is also my recommendation, that you think of this speech and of how you could appeal to a larger audience. So, and Jana, thank you for prompting this idea. I was thinking that your opening could have been, for instance, do you feel discomfort in staying at home? Because, yeah, me neither. I like staying at home and working from home. I've been doing this for the past 6 weeks, months, sorry. But actually, now that I'm forced to stay at home 24/7, I do have a discomfort with this. So, phrasing a question that is a little bit broader could have brought more people raising their hands, and that would have made your beginning even more impactful. Then the second recommendation I have is somewhere in the middle, where you could have said whether you are like me and feel that life gave you a break, or you're struggling with, because people are also struggling with different things and maybe don't feel that it's a break. For me personally, it's been a lot more work since we're in coronavirus period. A change of perspective is nonetheless very good, and it's something that you could have continued on from there, with the changing of the perspective and with being grateful for what we have, even if it's a different type of struggle. And last but not least, I would recommend reconsidering your posture. Even if you're online, gestures and voice will come more clearly if you don't lean against something, but if you sit up straight while you talk to us. As I said, I really, really liked your speech. The message was really powerful, especially because it was very well connected to this time. I love the fact that you gave to us your personal example without any shyness. Yes, that's the word that I was looking for. And you made it very, very personal and very easy to connect with, both the speech and the message. Thank you so much, and looking forward to hear you speak again.
Thank you, Emilia, very much. And now the feedback for the second speaker who was talking. It will be Christian Chandru. And what he wrote me about the questions related to the art, well, he said, come to think of it, I don't practice any form of art. I only consume various forms of it. However, if public speaking is considered as a type of an art, as it is, then I'll go with that. It gives him lots of benefits. I list the first three that come to mind: self-confidence, creativity, and networking. So please, Christian, can you deliver the report about the speech right now, please?
Yes, Lenka, hello, everybody. Can you hear me? All right, perfect. Let's get on with this. So, Ovidiu, great speech. Didn't expect anything else. Ovidiu had three main objectives to accomplish: develop an entertaining, dramatic talk about an experience or incident, achieved; include vivid imagery, characters, and dialogue, also achieved; and deliver the talk in an entertaining manner, definitely achieved. Time between 5 and 7 minutes, not, you did have 7 minutes and some more, of course. All right. What else did Ovidiu do in his speech that I enjoyed very much? Well, he started by engaging us in his story. He used vivid imagery. He used his body, like his body was his second language, to make us pay attention to what he was telling us. He delivered the promise that he will give us the answer to the mystery that he presented, that it's, did they find the camera or did they not? And they made us interested in listening to him, finding out if they did find the camera. The way that he presented his story, the order in which he presented the story, made me want to find out exactly what happened and kept me on the edge. I like that he used lots of characters in his story. The driver, the instructor, the person from the company. Also appreciated a lot the fact that he used accents to differentiate the characters. He even used accents for the person that he messaged for help, not necessarily only talk on the phone with, which I thought was quite funny. I felt throughout his whole speech engaged, entertained. I laughed at certain parts. I smiled almost throughout the whole speech. And I also really appreciated the whole structure of it. It was just like a mystery story that made me want to find out at the end what happened. Now, as for what he did that could have been improved, I felt that the ending, the actual ending, where he encouraged us to use our detective skills, was a bit, it didn't land as well as the answer that, yay, they did find the camera in the end, only because I didn't feel like it was so well prepared as the mystery of if the camera was found by them or not. I think that, considering also the fact that the time that you used was more than you had allotted for you, I think that part could have been maybe left aside and just focus more on the promise that you gave us at the beginning that, hey, we are going to search for this missing camera. Will we find it by the end or not? Let me tell you an entertaining story to find out. And another thing that I think could have been improved was, I personally didn't feel the consequences of you losing the camera. So if the story would have turned out that you didn't find the camera, I would have still been entertained up to that point, but I would have not been necessarily very disappointed by the end or impacted by the end if you said, and we didn't find the camera. Because I didn't feel like you brought up reasons why we should care a bit more what would happen if you didn't. I cared because I kind of had a feeling that you were going to find it, and I wanted to hear the steps you took, but not so much, wow, if you didn't find it, what would have happened? So in a short, great way of delivering a speech. I felt entertained throughout the whole presentation. I liked the mystery aspect of your story that kept me engaged. And I think that in the future, a more short, concentrated idea would probably be better. And also, if you wish to deliver us a message, a useful one to remain with at the end, maybe prepare it a bit better and not insert it at the end like it happened. That's all from me. Thank you, and that's it. Bye-bye.
Okay, and let's continue with evaluations. We had 3 people who were paying attention to all the time how we are using our time or how we are using or not using properly the English language. So let's start from the very beginning as we introduce the speakers. The grammarian Adelina, please, can you share your report with us?
Now I press the button. Hello again, my dear fellows. I come up with my report. I'll start with Horatio as a Toastmaster of the evening, as our host. I want to congratulate you for using the word of the evening. And also I wrote down some creative expressions I heard from you and I liked. You can share your personality with the readers by literature. Speaker works with raw material, and the whole metaphor about the feedback, building that supporting our growth. Lenka, as I want to congratulate you also for using the word creative. As a creative expression, I wrote down to find out what's excellent and to build on it. Congratulations for that. I go for the evaluators, and I start with the A counter. Marianne, I want to congratulate you for using the word of the evening. And as a suggestion, you said we use more repetitive. The correct form is we use repetitively as an adverb. Ioana, the timer, you had a small error. It's not a grammar. You showed the green card and you said the red card at the beginning, and I wrote it down. And rest was fine. First speaker, Nausicaa. I wrote down some creative expressions. I will tell you some that I got to write down. Let's kill
some French people.
Let's kill some Italian, French, and Chinese people. Yes, to give the others some rest. And the pardon my French after you use the F word. Although I would suggest you not to use it, but as Emilia said, spiced up a little bit your your speech, and I can forgive it this time. Ovidio, as a creative expression, we recorded every scream that we had, the female Buddha expression, and we took our Sherlock Holmes glasses. Table topics master, Christina, you can exhibit your act of public speaking for 2 minutes. You referred to this application as the virtual floor. And as an error, I wrote down, you said this picture brings up, this picture brings up. I'll go to the speakers from the table topic section. Sergio, you said my view in this picture. I would recommend you to say my view on this picture. Laura, I wrote down as a creative expression, a very ugly Pegas. I feel you there. Renata, you said how a wonderful painter. I recommend you to say what a wonderful painter nature is. The evaluation team, the speaker evaluator, Emilia. I searched on Google a little bit because I wasn't sure, but as far as I know, it's looking forward to and the verb plus ing, but I saw that's recommended without the ing if it's not a formal referring. So I just mentioned it because I wrote it down. And Christy, the second speech evaluator, I smelled the whole speech I wrote as a creative expression. All that being said, I want to congratulate you all for having an impeccable grammar this evening, and I want to give back the word to Lenka. Thank you.
Thank you, Adelina, for your report. And now, how did we use, or how many filler words did we have or didn't have in our speeches? Marianne, it's your turn.
Yeah, thank you, Leanka. So I will deliver my report in a few moments. I will start with Ioana, our president. You had 5 L's. Horatio, just you don't have anything, just small pauses, sometimes 3. Leanka, as a general evaluator, you have you had 40 herbs. Also, Adelina, the grammarian, you had 40 herbs. Joanna, as a timer, you had 2 herbs and 5 inappropriate poses. For first speaker, Nausica Petrescu, I catch 1 and especially you had a repetitive word like and. For a video, I just catch 1 small a little one. For Christina from Table Topics Master, you have 21 ohms. For first speaker from Table Topics, Table Topics, Sergio, you had 1 Kathleen, the second one, the second speaker, you had just 1 Laura, you had 7 and 3 repetitive words, and for fourth speaker, Renata, you had 3 M's. Ioana, as a speaker, you had just 1. Congratulations. Emilia, for a speech evaluator, you had 6 M's. Cristian Chandru, you had as a speaker evaluator, you had 16 M's and 3 repetitive words, especially for ands. This is my report. Thank you, and pay attention on the ums, creative ums.
Thank you, Marianne. I think I also will do my best to pay attention to all filler words I'm using next time. And now the last very important skill as speakers we need to have, and it is obeying the time. And how are we using our time? That will be in the report of the timekeeper, Joanna. Joanna, it's your turn now.
Okay. The first speaker, Nausica Petrescu, 3 minutes and 39. And I apologize for this because it was my mistake. Ovidiu Oltean, 9 and 29. And speech evaluator, Emilia Bradia, 3 minutes and 23. Cristian Chandru, 4 minutes and 13. Adelina Platon, grammarian, 4 minutes and 20. Marian Pânzariu, accounter, 2 minutes and 43. The table topics masters were in the times all the people. And for me, 1 minute and 11. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna, for your report. And
Thank
now
you.
I'm handing the word back to Toastmaster of the evening.
Well, I will give it back to you because we want to hear your evaluation of the evening.
Oh, perfect. So now I can continue with all the evaluation. Oh,
Please.
just God stand by my side to have it in 5 minutes. Okay, let's start from the very beginning, the president of the club. I like how warmly you welcomed all the people here, not only the Toastmasters in general, but also other people who might be out of the Toastmaster. The recommendation for the next meetings is like, if we have here any people who don't know about Toastmasters or are here for the very first time on online meetings, just share with them the mission or the club culture or anything which might be interesting to them and make them stick with your club for longer time. The Toastmaster of the evening, Horatio. I love the preparation you put into the organization of the meeting. I love the introduction of particular speakers of the meeting, the theme in general, and of Toastmaster of table topic master. And also I like the introduction of goals for the speakers. That is really good because sometimes Toastmasters of the evenings forget about this. And when the evaluators forget about this, disaster. So this was really well done. The team of quantitative evaluators, timekeeper, accountant, and grammarian, you all did excellent job during your reports. Your reports were clear, to the point, and easy to track. Grammarian, I liked your active listening. You showed your active listening during the report, and it was balanced what you liked and also recommendations. I have one tip how to make fun out of this role. Just make a quiz with us. What is wrong? What is correct answer? What we think, or maybe just ask us what or how it can be correct if we use something wrong. Let's ask to make it correct. We will remember this better. Accountant Marian, I like that you were standing up during your report, and you reported particular field words precisely. That's great. One recommendation for you when you are also standing up, make sure that your camera is in the same line as your eyes, so you have eye contact with us as much as possible. Just raise your camera if possible higher, so it's in the line with the eyes and you can look at us. Timekeeper Joanna, I liked how you in detail introduce your role. You stick to the rules you introduced perfectly, and also your report was very well. One recommendation for this, or two recommendations. When you look to the camera, so you have the eye contact, and also tell us what time the person should have had, or what time they were allotted, and then the exact time. Then this contrast will be clear and we will remember if we were in time or not. Speech evaluators, excellent job. I loved that every speech evaluator introduced the goal, if the goal was fulfilled or not, and also they supported their ideas or their thoughts with exact examples from the speech. Especially, I noticed this in Christian's report. I liked both evaluations. Emilia's was also very positive and clear, with recommendations which were concrete, and also recap at the end. I also liked that Emilia had recommendation about online environment, not leaning behind but standing or sitting with straight back. And also I like Christian's evaluation, especially the recommendation about the conclusion, because this is one of the most important aspect of the speech. We will remember the whole speech, how great we felt, how amazing the speaker was, but at the end and the conclusion is weak, there's nothing we can take out or do, no call to action, then it would be not so pleasant because we will forget about it. So this was really well done. And table topic master Chris. I loved your energy. You were full of beans, and it was just amazing how you were leading this section of table topics. I loved your vocal variety, your work with hands, with gestures, and smile. We're smiling all the time. I appreciate that you also write the questions into the chat so everybody could read them. And what I have as the recommendation, make the questions more easy to remember. Just one question, not three, just one question. Have the list of volunteers in advance before the table topic session. Or one thing you can do, write down all the names, all the speakers you know they are going to be there, and appoint them at the beginning. Like today's speaker number 1 will be Joanna. So Joanna, it's your turn. She can't complain about it, but she can. So this might be one idea how to make table topics fast and give a lot of opportunity to more speakers to speak. And if I haven't forget about anything, I think that this is all. And I'm giving word back to Toastmaster of the evening, Horatio.
Thank you, Lenka. Thank you for joining us this evening and for the comprehensive evaluation and constructive one. Now, we are ready to wrap it up to a conclusion. I have prepared 4 tips for you if you want to try being an artist yourself. If you want to try painting, please search for art on the Pinterest app. I don't know if you can see this, but I will send it to you. There are loads of interesting pins for you to pin and to try out. As for the paint tubes, they are pretty cheap. For about €2 per box, you can purchase them, or 7 lei. Now, for the literature part, now with the coronavirus stuff, you can find many sites with PDFs or plenty of audiobooks for free in this time of year. Now, regarding singing and dancing, now these are my favorites, because if you want to sing, please do it in the shower. It's a very nice place to do it. Regarding dancing, I've took some arts class that involved dancing, and they taught us a secret I'm going to share with you today. When you dance, close your eyes, as if no one can see you, and you will dance even better than you ever dreamed of. I will put this part with the pins here to everyone on Zoom chat. Now, we are ready to cheer for the table topics winner, that is, oh, let me see some hands up. Oh, Renata Mureșan. Please unmute yourself and tell us how it was.
Well, I would like to thank my family. I would like to thank for all those who have supported me in this journey. It was pretty hard. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you have earned our eternal gratitude. Thank you. And now that we have concluded this meeting, there's one final thing to discuss. The president of the club, please unmute yourself to end this meeting thoroughly. Thank you. Ioana.
Thank you, Horatio. How about we all unmute ourselves for just a few seconds to really give Horatio and Lenka a real round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really miss this. You know, when I joined Toastmasters, that it was really weird to hear everyone clapping, but now I miss it so much. How was the evening for you? Just one or two words. Who wants to give us some feedback?
Emotion.
You felt emotion. Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. Thank you.
Exciting.
Creative.
Creative.
Inspirational.
Nice.
I also felt emotion.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's a first. I even missed this.
Still being recorded.
We're being recorded, somebody whispered. Thank
But
you.
are you gonna publish the recording?
Somewhere.
I will cut.
Well, now Sika is part of the
Now
PR
you tell me.
department. She can blur out the middle finger. For those of you who are outside of the Cluj club, do you have any ideas what you saw here? What could you take and implement in your clubs, or what do you think could we improve? What you are doing at home and we could improve?
I personally really liked that at the beginning Horatio was introducing everyone. Sorry, I just started speaking out of the blue.
Perfect.
Without shaking hands. So in our club, usually the evaluator comes in for a brief minute to introduce the objectives of the speaker, but I find it that it's a lot more compact.
No.
Okay. Like this, and it makes more space for table topics, for instance, and it's also more coherent when the Toastmaster introduces the speaker with learning objectives and speaking objectives and everything. And for improvement, actually, it's not necessarily something just for your club, but I think that all our clubs are adjusting to the new online environment, and that there's a lot of things that we still need to adjust. Oh, and I really like the Slido which you introduced for making it more engaging and for having on the spot feedback from everyone in a way that you can collect it and then send it out. So that's also very, very nice. And on the still getting adjusted, maybe we can think about some rules to discuss at the beginning of the meeting about, you know, dress code. Why not, even if we're in the comfort of our homes, or even how to speak if we stand while we give our reports, as Marianne did, or if we stay seated. So maybe have a conversation about this and have the rules of our meeting at the beginning of the meeting before the actual meeting starts, so that everyone has a chance to read them. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Thank you.
It's perfect. Thank you very much, Emilia. Anyone else? Ovidio, you're still muted. You are not planning to be heard. Okay.
Well, I want to say something that
Hey.
I felt really good. It was my first Toastmaster meeting with the Cluj team. I mean, outside Oradea. It was very entertaining and creative. I liked how the general evaluator introduced its team and said something nice, something related to the theme, to about each one of them. And of course, I'm happy I won.
Yay! Congrats. Thank you so much. So for me, this is the silver lining of all this situation, the fact that we can so easily join meetings from outside our clubs, and we can travel a lot between clubs and meet people and see their faces and hear their voices. It's really, I think, a big learning point for all of us. And maybe after this all ends, we can go even more experienced back in our clubs and, I don't know, make things even nicer. So I will end this meeting with a few announcements. So I think the biggest of them all is the fact that on Saturday we are hosting the area contest. It will start at 1:45, and Kata will post the announcement online. You can find it also on Facebook. So on Saturday, I believe, okay, also in the chat. I believe that it's the 4th of April, Saturday. So Saturday online competition. It's really an interesting experience for me. 2 weeks ago was the first online contest, and it was fun. So if you haven't had the chance to see one, I would welcome you on Saturday. The second, just a moment. Yeah, the second would be that we still have time until the 19th of April to pay our membership tax. It's 270 lei payable in the club's account. If you don't have it, please write to me or to Nausicaa and we can forward it to you. In the matter of roles, you know that we always search for Toastmaster and general evaluator or speakers. Now we're also searching for another role, which is rather new due to the fact that we're hosting online meetings, and that is of Zoom Master. The Zoom Master offers technical support for online meetings. He is in charge of Zoom chats, manages participants if needed, renames sometimes muting people who forget their mics on. They don't need, so the Zoom Master does not need access to the Zoom password and account. It will be provided to him or her. Okay, so whoever wants to practice their technical skills, they can. Also tomorrow, as far as we know, Oradea, Sibiu, and Timișoara, for what we know so far, are organizing their meetings. So if you want to join their meetings, I'm sure we are welcome to them. Emilia, I don't know if Bucharest also, and Brasov, I hear from Horatiu. So
Sirius has their meeting tomorrow, I know for sure.
Tomorrow.
I don't know for other clubs in Bucharest, but Sirius has their meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, so basically we could take this chance to travel online and see other meetings. Yes, Chris.
Yes, because you brought into the discussion visiting other clubs.
Yeah.
I suggest that now with this great facility to travel outside of Romania and really join the international clubs. There are now all the clubs are online, but actually since 2015, there when was the first Toastmaster online club charted, then the second one was in 2018. As I have participated to their meetings, I've got a lot of experience, and it's really so wonderful to be in the same virtual room with people from Asia, Africa, Europe, and America. Actually, one of the clubs starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, Greenwich time, because
Wow.
it was founded by someone in London. So in Asia, it's the sun is getting down. In the States, it's midnight, you know, so it's really so nice to be together with these Toastmasters. And now we can travel from the spot of our room without moving our legs. So it's a great experience that I invite you. Actually, I've traveled a lot and I visited some clubs in London, which really gave me a tremendous experience and helped me understand more of this international vibe and the body of Toastmaster and the spirit of Toastmaster. And I encourage you, if you want, I can introduce you to these clubs. And yeah, it's a great experience.
Thank you. That's a really good idea. Thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, for me, this is really interesting. I don't know why I haven't thought about it, but thank you. Thank you so much.
And I see that Remus is here. So just to make it clear, I'm still a member of Red Toastmasters, although I've moved to Bucharest, Legions, to the city and to the club. I see that Remus is here and maybe he can give you a little bit more information. I know he posted some resources in our group about where we can actually find the names, the dates of the clubs that are in our district, and not just in our district, but international clubs when they're meeting online like we are right now. Remus, are you there? Yes, he's
writing, yes.
Oh,
he's writing. Okay.
I think he's not
yes,
able.
he's probably not able to speak on the microphone, but if you can share the resources with our colleagues in Cluj, then please just write the big yes.
There's also a list started by Lucas that's posted there. I'm sure there's many others. Thank you, Remus. Please bring it by.
Yeah. So this is it from me. We are really on time. So if you want to stay and socialize some more, poate să schimbăm în română. Nu cred că mai este nimeni vorbitor de...
Of course there is.
No, sorry. It's in my... I don't have the gallery mode. So if you want to stay and socialize some more, then we are here, and yeah, sure. Where are we going to socialize? On our couches. Yeah. Thank you and have a great evening.